Afternoon, everybody. Kendall here. This is going to be a really short conscious coffee, FYI. I happen to be in between client appointments. One person left a little early, one person's coming a little late. So that means that freed me up to jump on here and do conscious coffee, which I actually thought that I was not going to get the opportunity to do today. So I feel extremely blessed in this opportunity to actually get a little bit of the topic of the day out. The topic of the day being the expectation of perfection. So unlike most conscious coffees, I'm not going to dilly-dally around on the front site and give anybody an opportunity to jump in here. I'm just going, okay? I'm just going. So some of the expectations I see, I just, in my work with different people over the course of today, I have already noticed this being the understanding that in relationship, there's this piece of us that we get caught on our expectations, right? We have these expectations for the people in our lives, no matter what the relationship, may that be our intimate relationship, our relationship with our children, the relationship with friends, with coworkers, with everybody. There's expectations around relationship. In this, what ends up happening is that we destroy the possibility of that other person to actually be truly themselves. We really just disregard the fact that they're human, much like us. And we might think that we're all that, but in truth, guess what? We're human. We're so human. Every single person is human. And when we have this expectation of perfection of ourselves or of others, what we do is we cause a barrier to love. And what we define as love is not love. It is a need to control in this situation because we're wanting the other to actually be perfect. And we're going, well, I saw this person over here, I dated this person over here, my other friend, why is your brother, your sister, why are they so perfect, but you're not? All of this idea. I want to bring to light what the meaning of love is, okay? I actually have it hanging here on my office wall. It says love is patient, it is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud or rude, it is not self-seeking or easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs, does not delight in evil, rejoices with the truth, always protects, trusts, perseveres, and never fails. That's from Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, I believe, 1 Corinthians. Anyways. There's a lot more on love, and each one of those points that I just brought in can be a topic of its own. But the concept of, I need you to be perfect. I need you to be perfect. And it frustrates me, it irritates me, it angers me that you're not perfect, that you're not showing up the way I want you to, that we have differences, that we have different issues in our relationship, in the way we communicate, in our belief structures, in who we are. You're not the person that I think you should be. Where is the love in that? Where is the love in that? Love keeps no records of wrongs, okay? I know that in past, a great way to show that you are falling out of love with somebody is to really focus in on the wrongs. And a lot of the work that I do with couples on this topic is to bring their attention from the wrong and into the right, to appreciate different things about their partner and about themselves, because that's how we get the healing work. That's how we start to access love again, is to focus in on appreciation, to focus in on the good things that our partners are doing. A long time ago, I read a book when I was a young mother. I read a book called The 1 Minute Mother. And The 1 Minute Mother is all about the 1 minute praise and the 1 minute reprimand. And the man who wrote The 1 Minute Mother, he actually wrote The 1 Minute Manager back in the 80s. And he was considered like one of the greatest manager trainers for corporate America and everything. And he was very, very well known. I do not know his name, sorry. But the name of the book was The 1 Minute Manager and The 1 Minute Mother. I read The 1 Minute Mother in my early 20s when I was a young mom, and it impacted the way I chose to upbring my children. Because what the emphasis was that what we focus on grows. Go figure. Does this not sound like the law of attraction, manifestation stuff right here? Like, talk about it, right? Guess what? What we focus on grows. And if we start focusing in on the negativity that our relationship has at the nth degree, okay, we start to really just pick at somebody. Well, you do this, you do that, you don't believe this, you keep saying this, you act like that, you never do this, you always do this. Those are really harsh words, never and always, right? And when we focus in on the lack of appreciation, what we do is we strip the relationship of love. We strip the relationship of humanness. We're not allowing for the other person in that relationship to be themselves. We're wanting them to be something that they're not. We're wanting them to show up in a way that they can't. It goes against their beliefs. It goes against their personality. It goes against their core, their soul. And that's not love. If we cannot accept somebody wholeheartedly, just as the way they are, and just appreciate them for showing up exactly the way they are, with all their faults, with all their flaws, with all their craziness, the chaos, the things that don't align to us. If we can't accept that, then we don't love them. If we're asking them to change in any format, then we don't love them. Now, love does not mean that we need to be with that person. Love does not mean that we need to contain that relationship and even have it operating in our life. Love just is that I can appreciate you for being you no matter who you are. I can be unconditional with you. And in that, no matter what you might perceive back to me, what I'm actually saying by that unconditional love to somebody else is that I'm loving myself. I'm loving myself for not being perfect. I'm loving myself for my crazy faults and failures and ego moments, my flop ups, my silliness, my need for perfection, maybe my OCD, my need for this, my need for that. I can love myself through all the judgments that you might have of me. I can love myself for all the judgments that I have of me. And I can still embrace, hey, I'm human. I'm not perfect. And it's okay to not be perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect human. If you want to talk perfectionism as being a human, well, you need to change planets or something. Because us humans, we are complex. We are ever changing, ever expanding, ever growing. We have moment to moment shifts occurring in us at every single level. Chemical shifts, our thinking shifts, our emotion shifts, our physical body feels differently as we move through life. Everything is always moving. The only constant that we have as a human being is change. Change occurs all the time for us human beings. And if we cannot love somebody right where they're at, then we're not going to love them with who they become or how they expand, grow, or even maybe close in a little bit. I ask you today to think about your relationships, to think about the people that you proclaim that you love, okay? Do you love that person? And if you go, oh, I love my child. Oh, I love the person that my husband, my wife, the person that I'm dating. I love my sister. I love my best friend. I love my mother. I love my brother, okay? I love this person. I love these people. Now, I want you to ask yourself, in that love, do I hold an expectation of them being anything that they are not? Do I hold an expectation of them being anything that they are not? Do I hold an expectation of perfection? Do I hold an expectation that their core beliefs should be different, that their core personality should be different, and that I can get them to change, or maybe life will teach them something different? Do I hold any expectation of them making a change that I might perceive better? Do I hold an expectation of them seeing things the way I see things? Do I hold an expectation of them feeling about things the way I feel about things? These are the questions I want you to ask yourself about your love-based relationships, okay? Not just the bedroom, not just about sex, but the love-based relationships, because hopefully you have more than just one love-based relationship. Hopefully you love a few people. Now, once you do this, I want you then to turn it on yourself, and I want you to say, do I hold an unconditional space for myself? Can I hold an unconditional space for myself? And how do I see a mirroring? And this is where you got to be very, very frank with yourself, because a lot of the times we will go, oh, I'm unconditional with them, but we're not unconditional with ourselves. Or vice versa, we can stand there and we can go, no, I'm unconditional. I'm unconditional with myself. But you know, this thing over here really bugs me about this person. But I really love them. I really love them. It wouldn't bug me nearly as much if I didn't love them like that. That's not love. That's not love. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud or rude. It is not self-seeking or easily angered. Keeps no records of wrongs. Does not delight in evil. Rejoices with the truth. Always protects, trusts, perseveres, and never fails. And the reason it never fails is because it is willing to sacrifice itself for the greatest good of the relationship. Pause today. Feel into your relationships. Feel into your heart. Question what love is to you. How do you define love? How do you define having love for somebody else? How do you define having love for yourself? What does that look like? What does it feel like? What are the sensations in your body when you think of this love? And if you want a little insight on it, feel free to share that with me. Feel free to share that with me. Reach out to me. If you have any questions about anything on this video, if you even want to just bitch me out about that's not what love is, Kendal, fine, I'll take it. Thank you. I love you all the same. You're entitled to your opinions, your thoughts, your ideas around it, but share them. And really, truly stop today. Examine what love is to you. Examine how you are showing up in love for the people that you proclaim that love to. And if I've said anything in this video that has touched you in any way, made you think of somebody that might need to question what love is a little bit more, hit the share button, share this video with them. And let me see, as far as updates and all the stuff that's going on, tomorrow, Addison Bell and I are teaching the Tantra Reboot. It is I believe I want to say our 5th year. I keep saying this like every day when I share this, I go, I think it's our 5th year. The 5th year, proclaiming it as the 5th year at least. All right, so tomorrow is our Tantra Reboot 101 VIP class here in Plano, Texas. So local people who would like to expand into their truth, would like to tap into a little bit more of who they are, learn some embodiment practices based in Tantra. You want to start the year out and really kick it hard and really get a better exposure of who you are and an understanding at a core level. This is definitely the workshop for you. Singles, couples, males, females. This Tantra workshop VIP day is designed for that level 1 practice so that you can really understand the foundation, because guess what? You cannot grow and get the fruit that you want from the tree if you do not have a healthy foundation, if you do not have a good root system. So this is the root system, okay? This is what this is all about. Outside that, I've got Max the Ancient Crystal Skull coming at the end of the month. Some beautiful, beautiful workshops going. Look on my website at www.kendalwilliams.com underneath events on the menu bar. Click on that to explore all the events coming up for this month and next month. And as always, I love you guys. Truly, I do. I love you. I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day. And remember, stop existing, start living. You deserve an unconditional love for yourself, for this life, and for the people in your life. I love you guys. I'll catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee.